We just got some pretty major news from industry insiders claiming that Johnny Depp has signed an agreement with Disney to return as Jack Sparrow in the sixth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Here's everything we know about his potential return and where the movie could go story-wise. Going back a few years, Johnny Depp was originally supposed to already be in a sixth Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but then obviously all the Amber Heard drama and legal battles came up and Disney said this is too much bad PR, we can't take the risk, we're going to fire you from the movie. He ended up losing $22 million that he was supposed to get for starring in the sixth film because of these troubles. But now he's won his legal battles in court and it seems like the public is really favoring him again. Everybody is really back on the Johnny Depp train now that it's kind of cooled down and it's been a couple years, and Disney seems like, hey, it's safe enough to finally bring him back to this franchise. Now, back in December, the producer of all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, Jerry Bruckheimer, who also does huge movies like Top Gun Maverick, was talking about the potential of the next Pirates movie, saying there's really two directions the film could go in. One would be that Johnny Depp does come back to the franchise, and another without him. So when you have the producer of your film saying that, hey, one of the avenues we're exploring is bringing Johnny Depp back, it seems like Disney was already on board with bringing him back. It was more a question of, can we get Johnny Depp to return after wrongfully firing him, making him lose out on obviously all the fame, success, and more money. Like I said, $22 million he lost by being fired from that movie. But just earlier today, insiders are now saying that Disney has quietly reached an agreement with Johnny Depp. He's going to return as Jack Sparrow in this movie, and while they don't know the official production timeline, they are hoping to start production on this new film very soon. That begs the question, what direction plot-wise and for the future of this franchise is this movie going to take? I have a couple theories and things I'd like to see. Let's go over all of them. First and most boring option is that they simply just bring back Johnny Depp as the sole main character of this movie and either give him a big send-off in this film, or they just give him pretty much a blank check of hundreds of millions of dollars and say, hey, come back for like 3 more Pirates films, which honestly, I don't think is the route they should take. First of all, we've already spent so much time with Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow as the main character and explored so much of this character. Second of all, he's already 61 years old. If we sign him on for more movies, how much longer can he really be the main pirate in this movie? And thirdly, which isn't a word I don't think, but I don't really care, we forget that the first Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, he's really not even the main character. It's more about Elizabeth and Will, and I feel like that's why that movie is the best of the entire franchise. He's just a supporting character, but his presence is so strong that he just steals the show. Brings me to the second option for this movie is that I think it needs to serve as a bridge to a new main character in the franchise, but you still keep Johnny Depp around in a Pirates 7 or 8 as a more supporting, almost mentor-like role in some way. Now, back in 2023, when it seemed like we might never see Johnny Depp in one of these movies again, official reports were coming out from Disney themselves saying, hey, we're going to move forward and start production on a Margot Robbie Pirates of the Caribbean 6th film, which I honestly think would have been really cool to see. But I honestly would love if they could go this route where she's also in the film with Johnny Depp returning as Jack Sparrow. I feel like that could be an incredible duo of like the older generation and the new. But there has been absolutely zero updates on this movie ever since May 2024. And with these new reports, it seems like this one probably got shelved, sadly, to be replaced with just a Johnny Depp solo film. But I really think a combo of the two would have been incredible, although very expensive for the studio, obviously, with Margot Robbie's price tag after Barbie. Io Edeberry is another actress that had her name thrown around as starring in a new Pirates movie. Again, I think something where like Johnny Depp is a mentor as Jack Sparrow to a new pirate lead, and you just have both of them going forward in the next movies would work really well. The third thing that I really hope happens in this movie, whether they take the first or second path, is I think we need to dial back the fantastical elements a little bit. It still needs to be there, obviously. I keep going back to The Curse of the Black Pearl because it's the best of these movies and it did everything so perfectly because yes, this is a full-on fantasy movie. We literally have a full undead army, people turning back to real humans and real humans turning into undead people. But that's kind of like the one element of the movie that's really supernatural. The rest of the film is a pretty grounded pirates movie that's just a super fun time, and I feel like the later movies got way too supernatural. There's so much going on in those later movies. You have 800 fish armies and fountains of youth, and we're flipping pirate ships and going into another dimension, and this thing is under the sea, and it's all a little bit too much in my opinion. I think we need to dial that back a bit. I think the most important point to having a 6 Pirates of the Caribbean movie bringing back Johnny Depp is you have to keep the tone and humor the same as those early Pirates movies, because honestly, I feel like people forget for Disney films, these had pretty dark humor and just dark scenes in general. Like, the last thing I'd want is this franchise to come back with that, like, cringy style of Disney humor that is now all over their Marvel and Star Wars projects like Thor, Love and Thunder. I do not want that anywhere near this film. Let me know what you want to see in this 6 Pirates movie and leave a like on the video if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate if you tap the playlist above my head now where I go over all my box office predictions for the biggest movies releasing in 2025, 26, and 27.